Hello, my flexi friends. What is up? My name is Vera. I'm a certified personal trainer and flexibility coach, and I'm coming to you with 10 things I would be doing if I were starting a new fitness journey today. I grew up as a fat kid, and I remember really seeing fitness as a form of punishment to become smaller. And I know a lot of other plus size people and just other people who have been really entrenched in diet culture who have that same experience. It takes a lot of time to really unlearn that, unpack it, and find fitness in a way that is joyful to us. When I started my fitness journey, I still had one foot in that diet culture, toxic fitness world, and another foot in the body neutral, anti-diet mindset. So I'm going to be talking I wish I knew then, so you don't make the same mistakes I have. Just a quick note, I'm not going to be talking about food and nutrition in this video because I'm not qualified to. And a lot of personal trainers aren't, but sometimes they still do, so double check those qualifications. But I am going to link in the description below a couple names of people who are qualified to talk about food and nutrition if you want to learn more on that. So, number one, we want to set a goal. We need something to look forward to when we're working out, especially at first. So, you can go by SMART goals, which is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, but I prefer FAST goals. Okay, let's talk FAST goals. So F stands for frequently discussed, which means you are going to talk about it. This is going to help you keep accountable. So keep telling people and tell the people who are going to cheer you on. This is also a great chance to get feedback and to constantly improve maybe how you're getting to your goal or what the goal actually is. A is ambitious. We want a goal that's challenging, but not that far out of reach. For S, we have specific. So this is going to be something measurable. So maybe it's more hours of sleep every night or more restful sleep. Write it. If maybe it's a flat split, you're going to take photos of your progress. Or if it's maybe hitting a PR on that squat, you're going to be writing it in your notes app. We need something that we can track the progress of. And finally, T is for transparent. We want to be realistic with our goals and understand that sometimes the goal may change, and that's totally okay. And because we're being transparent, it's a great way to inspire our loved ones and those around us to also be working on their own fitness goals. Number 2 is to track your progress with a plan. This is super important. We want to be prepared because I cannot tell you how many times I used to walk into the gym without a plan and I would just pick random machines that were in no way related. And halfway between every set, I'd just be there like, am I doing the right thing? Should I be doing something else? And I'd usually get bored and look at my phone. Or worse, I would go in with a plan, but the gym was busy and all the machines I planned on using were taken. So really, I went back to that first method of just using random machines, looking around like Boo Boo the Clown. So make sure you have a plan, but also have a backup plan, because not even if the machines are taken, maybe you're not feeling up to what that plan originally was and you want to do something else. Have a backup so you know, all right, well, I don't really feel like doing this, but I can do this one instead. And besides the plan, make sure you're tracking it, okay? I literally just have a notes app that is really, really long, but it goes through what day it is, what time I was working out, how I felt before I started working out, how I felt after, and all the exercises I have done, how long I did them, and what the weight was if it was a weighted exercise. Tip number 3 is to start slow and light. Do not be that eager lifter going for the heaviest weights right off the bat. You will injure yourself. Rather, focus on light weights or no weight and perfect your form, okay? Form is going to be the most important thing with every movement. Focus on that before you go for the super advanced movements or those super high weights. Over time, once your form feels really good, you will feel more comfortable grabbing heavier weights. But that is a slow process. Do not rush that. Number 4 is just having fun with it. I want you to enjoy this process, okay? This is a lifestyle change. This is not a month-long fix. This is forever. You want to have fun with it. Joyful movement is about movement that is joyful to you, not to your next door neighbor. So if something does not bring you happiness when you move, scrap it. Do something else. Maybe you were swimming and you hated it. Now you're doing weightlifting and you love it. Maybe before you hated weightlifting, but now you're doing aerial. It could be anything. There's so many options out there. But remember, even if you love doing one thing, it's always good to switch it up every once and again because our body loves muscle confusion. Also consider the instructors you're around. How are they treating you and others and their environment? Are they using really gendered language? Are they using language steeped in diet culture? Maybe you want to find a different instructor, a different trainer, a different gym where you feel more safe and comfortable because that's what you want when you're working out, to feel comfortable and safe in your environment. Number 5 is being intentional. We want to make sure we're going through these movements with intention, not just trying to zip through them because we're late for something else, because that will set you up for injury because of bad form. That's the last thing we want. We want to take our time through all these movements. We want to make sure we have good form. We want to make sure we're breathing. Super important. Please breathe. And of course, checking in with our body, our mind, how everything is feeling as we move through the movements. I want to take a quick sidebar from this list to talk about Flex Fundamentals, my 6-week stretch intensive. This program is amazing for beginners and anyone who just wants to revisit the foundations of flexibility training. We have pre-recorded videos that help you stretch all through your body over the 6 weeks. We have lectures. We have videos on form and how we can adjust the form depending on our ability. But we also have live classes. Once a week, we meet live to stretch it out together, ask any questions you have, and just to support each other throughout it. I run this program twice a year. The next one is coming up in March. You can join the waitlist right now. I'll put the link down below. And of course, if you're on the waitlist, you get access to early bird pricing that is available nowhere else. So make sure you're on that waitlist for Flex Fundamentals. All right, let's get back to this list. All right, let's finish off this list because it's starting to get dark outside. Number 6 is all about your warm-up. Stop doing your static stretching before the bulk of your workout. Of course, I'm talking about flexibility. That's what I love. But really, I see so many people going for that quad stretch, going for a forward fold, grabbing their arm, going for those long hold static stretches before they're warmed up, before they're going to the bulk of their workout. That's the opposite of what we want. We want to start off with dynamic stretches before our workout. So that is really mobility drills. That is things like shoulder circles, hip circles, maybe a cat-cow, or grabbing a band, going for some shoulder flossing, okay, things like that. We want to keep moving. The purpose of a warm-up is to get our heart rate up. Doing a static stretch will bring your heart rate down, okay? So go for things that will bring your heart rate up. Remember, do not forget about a little bit of cardio to get you going before you get into your workout. We want our heart rate elevated so our body is prepared for what is to come next. We don't want to just sit around for 30 minutes and then just get up and start deadlifting 200 pounds. We're going to set ourselves up for injury because our body is what? Cold. We need our body warmed up before we start our workout. Do not do static stretches before. Number 7 is stop comparing yourself to others. We have to remember that everyone has different goals Some people have been working out for years and years and years. Some people have only been working out for a couple days. We also have to remember genetics plays a huge part in this. Not everyone has similar genes in any way, so we're all along different paths. So really just focus on yourself. Number 8 is not spending time on your flexibility training. I swear, if I hear one more gym bro tell me flexibility training isn't important, oh, it's on. It's on. Because flexibility training is so important to our goals. No matter what that goal is, we need flexibility training. Now, this isn't to say you have to spend a whole hour on the mat every single day stretching it out, but if you want to, I'm right here for you. But really, even just focusing on a solid cool down, stretching it out is so important to your fitness journey. No matter what that fitness journey looks like, you need to stretch. Of course, there's a million reasons why we need flexibility training, including mental relaxation, releasing tension from our muscles, reduce risk of injury, better sleep, better balance and stability. But even if you don't care about any of those, remember that when you have flexibility, you can focus on training at a full range of motion. So for example, if you want to get that really high PR on your squat, you also want to be able to go all the way down in that squat. I don't want to see some half-assed half squat saying, oh, I can PR this much, but you can't do it in a full range of motion. Work on your flexibility. You will thank me for it. Number 9 is not spending enough time on recovery. I don't know what it is about traditional fitness spaces, but they love pushing flexibility to the side. They love pushing recovery to the side, and we need both of them. So let's talk about it. It is so important to let our muscles recover. Most of our muscle growth happens after the workout, normally when we're sleeping. So we need to focus on that recovery aspect, okay? And it doesn't mean sitting around, lying around, doing nothing. You can make it an active recovery, okay? And that is so good because that's going for a light walk with your friend. That's going for a gentle swim. That's doing some light stretching, foam rolling maybe, something that doesn't put a crazy amount of pressure on your muscles. But recovery is also super important between your sets, especially if you're doing something like weightlifting. You want to take anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes, depending on what you're doing, to take a break so your muscles can at least recover for that little bit of time so they can do the same movement again at the same strength, intensity, speed, all that kind of good stuff. And finally, number 10 is to be realistic. So we have to remember social media is not real life. We are not going to find a change just like that. It's going to take some time. This could mean weeks, months, maybe even years. That's why we focus on the progress over that end goal. We want to check in as we move through it every single day because it's always going to be different. And remember, just like the rest of life, there's going to be setbacks, and that's okay. We want to prepare for those setbacks because we're being realistic and know that eventually we will hit those progressions over time until we hit that end goal. And that is it. That is my list of 10 things I wish I knew when I started my fitness journey all those years ago. But I want to hear from you. So definitely drop a comment down below. Let me know. What would you add to that list? What would you change? And even tell me about your current fitness and flexibility goals. Make sure you subscribe to my channel where I post all my little flexi stretch tips, tricks, and all that in between. But also make sure to check out Flex Fundamentals, a 6-week stretch intensive. Again, if you join the waitlist, you'll get early bird pricing, which you're not going to get anywhere else. So you're going to want to be on it. All right, but until the next time, stay flexy.